Workers at the American investment bank Goldman Sachs were paid an average of £270,000 last year in salary and bonuses, but the company's top earners were paid several times that amount. The firm employs around 6,000 people here in the UK. Our business editor Robert Peston explains that the bankers seem to be doing rather better than the shareholders.
Goldman Sachs, the world's most powerful investment bank, but not quite so golden in 2010. Revenues were £24.5 billion, that's a fall of 13%, and profits were £5.3 billion, down 38%. Here's part of what went wrong.
Selling a car with faulty brakes.
Savage criticism in Washington of the way Goldman conducts business.
Goldman Sachs was established 141 years ago.
A substantial fine to settle fraud charges. And competition from rival banks weakened by the great crash of 2008, which began to get their act together. 2010 may not have been a great time for Goldman Sachs, but for their 35,700 employees, well, most would say they haven't suffered too much. They're receiving pay and bonuses on average of £269,000 each for their performance last year. That's less than in 2009, but the cut is far smaller than the reduction in profits. And for hundreds and hundreds of Goldman's most senior people, well, yet again, they'll be taking home millions of pounds each. Now, as it happens, anxious dealers and bankers at UK banks like Royal Bank of Scotland and Barclays are waiting to learn how big their bonuses will be. Chris Roebuck, you used to work for a major international bank. What does it mean for British banks when the likes of Goldman Sachs announce substantial bonuses?
When the likes of Goldman's and the other overseas banks decide, irrespective of British government policy, to set what they think is a viable pay level and a viable bonus level, the British banks have no choice but to go along with it or suffer the commercial consequences.
So when British bankers receive those bulging bonuses that the Prime Minister would like to stop but says he can't, perhaps they should say, thank goodness for Goldman. Robert Peston, BBC News.